We are getting closer to the 1111 portal, and in fact we're very much in the energy of it now. And that's why I am doing this series, the 1111 portal series, from the 1st of November to the 11th of November. And each day I'm creating a video and I'm bringing through a channeling from each of the 11 rose line oracles. So today is day 3, it's the 3rd of November. If you haven't listened to the channelings on day 1 or day 2, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be done in order. So if you've found yourself here for the first time, welcome. Enjoy this one, and then you can check the others and the ones to come. And it's not even necessary to watch them all. If the energy of it doesn't resonate with you, just go where you're drawn. But you might sort of, once you go and pick another one and another one, you might find suddenly all 11 have been watched. Anyway, I'm Jacquelyn, and today we are being joined by one of the Rose Line oracles, and she's here to talk about you are born to do this. Now, of course, that gives it away if you know her well enough, or you know what she's famous for, or her quotes. So today's Rose Line oracle is Joan of Arc, or Jeanne d'Arc, and something that one of her famous quotes is, "I am not afraid, I was born to do this." Now, there is a longer quote, that's sort of an extract from the quote that has been attributed to her, and sometimes it's said that that takes out of context what she originally meant, but I don't believe so. I think Joan fully embodies this energy of being fearless in her pursuit of what she knows is right, of what her path is, of following her rose line. I'm excited about this channeling because whenever Joan's energy comes through, I've channeled her a few times in my membership, Temple of the Rose, and also on my retreats. And whenever her energy comes through, it is always very strong, very powerful, very direct, very passionate. And in fact, the first time she came through strongly when I was in a group was in my retreat, on my retreat in Provence in 2023. And I knew she was around that day. I had prepared a little bit and I had gathered together some of her quotes. And when I opened for the channeling and she came through, there was so much power. And the ladies who were there on that retreat were so impacted by her. And I know many of them are in my membership, and others who are in my membership just love it when her energy comes through, or when it comes through in their personal activations, that some of the tiers of my membership get personal activations. And when it's Joan, you always know, whoa. I mean, it might be I'm going to get a bit of a kick up the bum, but it's also so strong. It gives you this strength and this motivation to just keep going ahead, to just keep following your path, to not worry about anyone else. And, that's what she says in that quote. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I was born to do this. So what were you born to do? Are you doing it? And I was reflecting on this just before I pressed record. And what I am doing now at 57 years of age, I was born to do. And I wasn't necessarily doing this 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, but I was preparing for it. So as I mentioned in the past 2 videos, I began connecting into the beings of the Rose Line around 2004, 2005, bringing through their messages, bringing through their stories. And so I was on my path, but I was also distracted by so much else, like 3 young children was one thing. There was so much else distracting me, and has been, but in a roundabout way, I was still following my path. And it's really been in the last 2 years in particular that this has come through so strongly. I mean, what I was doing prior to this with my energy work, with my YouTube channel, with my podcast, everything I was doing around business energy was still leading me to this. It was still preparing me to become this channel of the Rose Line. And so I was doing what I was born to do. I just didn't know what that was yet. Now I know. Now I know that I am here to activate the rose line in others, to activate the rose line in the earth, and in doing that, to help the shift in consciousness into the new earth frequency. Now, I could say that's what I've been doing all along. I just didn't really know it, but I was following the rose petals. I was going where I was led. And I fully resonate with Joan's statement. I am not afraid. I was born to do this. Now, the thing with Joan of Arc is that there are no pictures of her. No paintings were done of Joan of Arc. So we actually have no idea what she looked like. So when you see a painting, so I went to the Joan of Arc church in Nice when I finished my Provence retreat this year. Just speaking of my Provence retreat, I am releasing the details of that today. So I will put the link below in case you're interested. There are just 6 places, but that's in May 2025. Very immersed in the Magdalene energy, but Joan of Arc is also strongly there as part of that. Anyway, little aside, a little bit of promo there. I was in her cathedral or church, I'm not sure if it's a cathedral or church, I can't remember, in Nice. And there were so many different images of her all around, and very often in armor, because she is remembered as fighting or leading the French against the English, and particularly the Battle of Orleans. And it was really interesting looking at how she was portrayed, because of, yes, it was mostly in armor. She had her flag. She had her flag, which has Jesus Mary or Yeshua Maria on it, which was always interpreted to be Jesus and Mother Mary. However, knowing that Joan of Arc is one of the Roseline oracles, which is all about the sacred union, which is all about the union of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I believe, and I know many others do, that that's actually what was being represented on her flag. She was carrying the essence of the Roseline in a way on her flag. Anyway, her flag, her banner, what she had to ride into battle. So yes, she's often shown in armor. Now, interestingly, when she shows up to me, I see her more with light around her, like an armor of light. And lately, she's actually been showing up more in the robes of a priestess, because Joan of Arc wasn't just a simple country girl who happened to hear the voice of God and follow its prompts and suddenly lead an army. She was highly trained. Now, I haven't read this anywhere. This is Joan speaking to me. She was highly trained. She was a priestess initiate, certainly in her younger years, and had moved into a full priestess role in her training. And she was a channel. That's why. She was an oracle, really. That's why she was so tuned in to her higher self, to her guides, to whoever was guiding her, Jesus and Mary. And that's because she was a channel. That's because she had been trained that way. And so she was trained, she had a role to fulfill. And whereas other oracles may simply speak their role, or they might take on a mystic position more, and where they're maybe bringing the energy through and perhaps writing it or sharing it amongst certain groups. But Joan has action as part of her role. And so, yes, she was receiving, but she was also guided to take this action. So very much in balance with her masculine and feminine. And that's what I love about this description of her. She hears voices, she leads a battle. Like, put those two together. It's like amazing. So this is Joan of Arc. And I'd love to know your thoughts on how you perceive her. Oh, that's another thing. Well, I just said her name gives it away. Dark of arc is the English interpretation. And the arc energy, the arc is the waters. And so 2 days ago, on the first day of this series, I had Morgana come through. Now, the actual physical, the Morgana that incarnated into this realm incarnated into France. Near Avalon, there is a place called Avalon in France, and that's where Morgana actually physically lived. She was called Morgane, or Morgana, I can't remember, but her surname was Del Arc, of the waters. Her Aunt Vivian, the Lady of the Lake, was Vivian Del Arc, of the waters, ACQS. And of course, Joan of Arc is spelled ARC, but it's the same sound, it's the same vibration, of the waters. Of the waters is of the Mary line. And the Mary line is an integral part of the Rose line. So I could just go on forever around this. So I won't, but I just wanted to plant that seed to let you know this is where Joan is coming from. She wasn't a peasant girl. She was highly trained. She was highly gifted. And she had a role. And that's why she was not afraid. She knew what she was born to do. And so do you. And that's why you are here. It may not be fully conscious yet, but that's why you are here. And that's why you are here as a bridge builder, creating new earth. Okay, so let's see what Joan of Arc has to say. My dear friends of the rose, thank you for your presence today. Thank you for your presence in this lifetime, in this incarnation. You were meant to be here. You were born to do this. And by that I mean, your soul chose to birth through your physical body and use that as a vehicle to achieve something. Some part of its growth, of its expansion, needed to be experienced at this time through your physical form. You were born with certain gifts, certain ways of seeing the world. You were born into a certain family, a certain culture. You were born on a certain date, a very specific date. You were born with other souls around you who are supporting your journey. You know, as well as I do, that none of that is coincidence. You know that that is by design. And so if all of that is by design, then of course you were born with a role. You were born to do something specific, to be someone specific. You, uniquely you, only you. There is no other you, there is just you. No one else has the same likes and dislikes, the same passion, the same gifts, the same way of expressing themselves, the same interests. No one else. Those interests, those passions, those likes, they're not just random. They came from your soul. Your soul chose them because they are part of why you are here. They are part of you. What if the purpose of life was to simply be you, to be the fullest expression of you? This is what you were born to do. Because when you are the fullest expression of you, your light shines its most bright. And when your light shines its brightest, you are in alignment with your soul, with the path you wish to tread. You are in alignment with a frequency of people around you. And then you have fun. Then you're in your joy. Then you dance through life, knowing that every situation, every opportunity, everything is of your creation and is a reflection of who you are, of your light. This is required for the co-creation of New Earth, for you to be in your light. You were born to do this. So knowing that, why would you have fear? What is there to be afraid of? Afraid that your soul made the wrong choice, chose the wrong body, picked the wrong gifts, was born into the wrong family, the wrong place, the wrong culture? Can't you see that those fears are based on some sort of story? They're not real. They're not you. You are exactly who you are meant to be. Stride forward. Do not let anyone or anything get in your path. Be you. Be you as fully as you can be. And you know what? If life should come to an end, like it did for me at 19 before I thought it was going to, you have lived fully. You have done what you came here to do. I am not saying that you will be 19, but I give that as an example because I lived fully. I followed my purpose. I was bold. I wasn't afraid to hear no because I just kept moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. But this is my path, but this is my path. You cannot say no to me. Feel what it's like within you if that's how you choose to live. No more excuses. No more hiding. See the fear for what it is and then choose yourself. Choose your soul. Choose your light because you were born to do this. Hindiran le buesti yorando de kire, kulina kan de doran nesti, kurareano kulea, kustanyate, kuranese, puitiatale di kuyantan. I'd love to hear your response to Joan's message, what it's brought up for you. Is there something you're going to choose differently in the way you live now? Please share in the comments. And if you're enjoying this series, share it with anyone you think might enjoy it. Comment, like, and subscribe if you'd like to be notified every day when I post another video. I will see you again tomorrow. Rose blessings to you.